What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another quick First Thoughts review here on Action Industries. My name is Ben Bateman. Today we are reviewing the brand new Guy Ritchie film, The Gentleman, opening this weekend in theaters nationwide. This movie stars Matthew McConaughey. It stars Colin Farrell, Hugh Grant. You go a little deeper, you get Charlie Hunnam in there, Charlie Hunnam. It's got a pretty big cast, a pretty reputable cast, and one that I think a lot of people were pretty excited about. The film kind of boasts a return to Ritchie's roots with the lock, stock, and snatch, kind of English slang, lots of killing, a little bit of comedy, heist, caper, whatever you want to call it. And this movie kind of delivers in that regard, I should say. It's important to note that this movie is a January film. Films that open in January, generally speaking, are being kind of buried by the studios. Not entirely, but, it's definitely not the most prime time to open the movie you want people to go see. And this movie has pretty weak competition opening this weekend, so it has a decent chance to succeed, but it does just kind of feel like a slightly unremarkable movie to me. Not that it's a bad movie, just not the most memorable movie. If you go back to the beginning of Guy Ritchie's career, he opened with Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, followed that up with Snatch, and then went into a part of his career where he did the film with Madonna, I think it's called Swept Away. He ended up doing Rock and Rolla. He ended up doing Revolver. And then the last few years, he's kind of gotten into some more, we'll call it industry fare because of the success of Sherlock Holmes. He did The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He did King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. He did Aladdin. These are all like in the last 5 years. And so his career has kind of been split into two halves. And this movie does mark a bit of a return to that original style. Does it succeed? Well, if that's what you're looking for, it definitely does. The characters on the whole are pretty entertaining. Colin Farrell, I think, steals the show. McConaughey is really fantastic. He anchors the movie very well. He's very enjoyable. Hugh Grant's pretty funny. Charlie Hunnam can't do accents. I don't really understand it. We joke all the time on Action Industries about the way he sounds in Pacific Rim, but you would think if he wasn't doing an American accent, he would have a firmer grasp. I don't know. Maybe this is the intention for this accent, but it is a very wonky accent. It feels like he keeps sort of losing grasp and coming back and getting it. You have Henry Golding in there. You have a few other actors that people definitely are going to recognize, actors and actresses, but there definitely feels like a lack of intention playing to our highest intelligence with this movie, right? There's an Asian character who is named P-H-U-K, and if you spell that out, it spells fuck. And they make a lot of jokes about the fact that his name is fuck, and they think it's a really funny joke. They go back to it a lot of times. It's not that that's not a good joke. It did make me laugh in the movie the first time and the second time. Just the second time, but it's that type of joke doesn't feel like the type of joke or even just the type of thing I would expect Guy Ritchie to have his hands on. I don't know. He feels like, going back to Snatch, that feels like a movie that people expected great things from that director, a director who was going to, change movie making. But in some ways, this movie feels like it was made in 1998 or 2000. It does feel like a little bit of a throwback. There's also some gimmicks and some things that I feel like are hallmarks of Guy Ritchie movies. And that's, these very thick accents, a lot of characters that have nicknames, right? Characters that are nicknamed something, one thing or another, and it's kind of funny and it's kind of gimmicky. Or there's lots of English slang. Like if I was like, half a nog left sog in the Jilly pub, it'd be like, oh, I'm out of toothpaste. I don't know, I just made that up. But it's always is something crazy and weird like that. And it's supposed to be sort of, again, it's not that it's not funny or it's not clever. It's that I've seen it before and I saw it 20 years ago. So it's hard for me to get excited about it in this movie. So I think on the whole, guys, this movie made me laugh. It had some really memorable characters. It had some great scenes. It has a kind of a convoluted plot, but, it gets to the point. And I rate my movies 1 to 10, 10 being, the best movies I've ever seen, 5 being dead average. This movie feels like a solid point above average. It's probably about a 6, maybe a 6.5. I think if you love that old style of Guy Ritchie, you may go into this theater and walk out thinking this movie is brilliant. I've heard some people say it's really fantastic. And if that's what you're looking for, I don't fault you for loving it. It's just, I think I wanted something a little more. And I think the caliber of the cast made me think I was going to get a little more. I do have to say, the wardrobe, fantastic. Matthew McConaughey in every scene is in a different suit, a different getup. He looks unbelievable. I wanted every outfit that he owns. Go check it out this weekend, guys. The Gentleman, opening in theaters nationwide, directed by Guy Ritchie. Thanks for watching another review here on the channel. My name is Ben Bateman. You can follow along with what I'm doing at Ben Bateman Media and everything we're doing at Action Industries. Be sure to check out our show, The Action Guys, every single weekend on Sundays. We got one coming up live this Sunday. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.